Hello, this is Julie Candler with the BBC News. Fierce fighting has continued for a third day in Syria between Islamic State group fighters and Kurdish forces in charge of a prison where thousands of suspected IS members are held. Our Arab Affairs editor Sebastian Usher has this report.
Since IS launched its assault on the jail in Hasaka on Thursday night, the showdown between its fighters and the Kurdish-led SDF has developed into a major battle. The US-led coalition has been providing air support for the SDF, which has been confronted by IS militants, taking up positions in buildings in the area around the prison. Local residents have fled, but several have been killed, while both IS and the Kurdish forces have suffered heavy losses. Hundreds of prisoners escaped in the first hours of the attack, but many appear to have been recaptured.
The United Arab Emirates has ordered most private drones and light aircraft to be grounded. The move comes days after an attack on 2 sites in Abu Dhabi by Yemen's Houthi rebel movement, which appeared to use armed drones. The attack on Monday killed 3 people. Ukraine has denounced Germany's response to the massing of Russian troops on the Ukrainian border. The Foreign Minister, Dmytro Kuleba, accused Berlin of undermining Western unity by refusing to transfer weapons to Ukraine or to allow some of its allies to do so. Paul Adams reports.
Western military and diplomatic support for Ukraine continues to build. A shipment of around 90 tons of American weapons has arrived. Britain has already sent anti-tank missiles, and the Baltic states, Estonia, Lithuania and Latvia, say they intend to send weapons too. But Ukraine's foreign minister today criticized Germany for its refusal to join the effort, accusing Berlin of undermining unity. Russia's military build-up continues. Su-35 fighter jets have started relocating to Belarus, and anti-aircraft missile systems are on their way from the Far East.
Ethiopia's deputy army chief has said the military will eliminate Tigrayan forces, despite earlier indications of a possible thaw in relations between the two sides, which have been at war for more than a year. General Abeba Tadesse told state-affiliated media the army was planning to enter the capital Mekele. Here's Mary Harper.
General Abeba Tadesse said people shouldn't think the current lull in fighting meant the war was over. His belligerent tone comes as something of a surprise. Earlier this month, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed called for national reconciliation and political prisoners were released. The TPLF has said it's committed to finding a peaceful solution. There have been frantic diplomatic efforts to build on this apparent thaw in relations, with 2 senior American diplomats visiting Addis Ababa this week to push for a ceasefire.
World news from the BBC. The son of Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni is in Rwanda for talks with President Paul Kagame, the latest sign of improving relations between the two countries. General Muhoozi Kainerugaba commands the land forces of the Ugandan military and is rumoured to be a possible successor to his 77-year-old father. Officials in the western Afghan city of Herat say at least 6 people have been killed in a bomb attack on a passenger vehicle. 10 others were injured in the explosion. No group has said it carried out the attack. Here's our South Asia editor, Anbara Sanitirajan.
Pictures showed a mangled minivan in the aftermath of the blast in Herat, close to the border with Iran. Some of the injured are said to be in a critical condition. The explosion took place in an area dominated by the minority Hazara Shia community. There have been several similar bombings in recent months in parts of the capital Kabul and in the northern city of Kunduz, where Hazara Shias live. The Islamic State group has been blamed for some of the explosions. The Taliban promised security after seizing power in Afghanistan in August, but the repeated attacks are posing a direct challenge to their authority.
The Roman Catholic Church will beatify 4 people in El Salvador today who were murdered in the run-up to the country's civil war. All 4 were killed by right-wing death squads more than 4 decades ago. The group includes 2 priests, Rutilio Grande and Cosmis Besoto, who were known for helping the poor. Comoros, who beat Ghana in one of the biggest shocks of the African Cup of Nations football tournament, are struggling to field a full team for their next match because of a coronavirus outbreak. 12 players and staff have tested positive, including the coach and 2 uninjured goalkeepers. Comoros are due to face the tournament hosts Cameroon on Monday. They beat the 4 times champions Ghana to progress to the last 16. BBC News.